I was only 7 years old, watching Willy Wonka. A slim, thick Oompa Loompa knocks on my door. I open up that door, and you saying I didn't want a piece of that acronym? Alright, let's get straight to the point here. But before I do, I need to say something. You guys have been showing tremendous amounts of love on my videos, and I really appreciate that. Not just on my channel, but with my music, TikTok, Twitch, and my Instagram, which all can be found in the description. It gives me a lot of motivation to just grind even harder to give you the best of the best when it comes to content. But enough of that though, let's talk about the time I got bong rips for delivering some pizza. Yeah. I really can't make this up, dude. This story is so crazy. Roll it. Yeah, I've been packing the pack when there's nothing to do. I'm kinda them hunters all blue. Scooby and Shaggy, man, go get a clue. This is a vibe, it's just what I do. The drip on my neck. I wanna say this. I've seen many videos of pizza delivery drivers doing some wild stuff. Whether it's making a scene and quitting for some cash, or pulling up to a party and just getting lit. Even from me saying this, you probably have that one video you've already seen in your head. Now, I would have never thought in my life that I'd be on the other side of this, but this is what makes this story just great. It started off as a normal shift, just delivering pizzas, and I was set to close this day, which means I get there at 4 p.m. and get off at 11 p.m. You already know I'm about to be as tired as that tortoise from Kung Fu Panda, but with saggy titties. And it was a normal day throughout the whole shift, and honestly, after about 5 hours into the shift, I was so bored to the point I was seconds away from trying to hang myself from my nipples in the walk-in freezer just for the hell of it, if that tells you anything. 10 p.m. rolls around, which is nearing the end of my shift, and I had 2 deliveries to take, then the owner would just let me off and go home for the night. So my tired ass hops in the car, blasts some music, and heads to the first house I needed to drop this pizza off at. Now when I arrived at this house, I already knew something was a little bit different when I saw 20 fucking cars parked in this huge driveway. So I'm like, shit, is this a party I wasn't invited to? Hell yeah. And in the back of my head, I started thinking about all these viral pizza delivery driver videos I've seen, but I almost immediately forgot about it because what are the chances of this shit actually happening? I walk up to the front door and begin to knock on that bitch with a little rhythm like ba da 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 da. And I'm just sitting out here with a box of pizza, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for someone to even open the door. And I can hear people begin to stir on the inside. And I guess they had the window cracked because I can hear clear as day. Oh shit. Bruh, does anybody have any singles to tip this guy? Anyone? Anyone? Wait. Go see if he's young. Go see if he's young. Go see if he wants a slab. And for the people that don't know smoking terms, a slab is a wax form of weed. And after hearing them say that, I got excited as hell. I'm like, shit, you better open this door. I want that slab. The door opens up and I see 2 white dudes from my school. I didn't even know their name, but I knew them from the many bathroom drool sessions. And this guy looks at me. I guess he didn't recognize me at first, and he was like, hey, we don't. Oh shit, it's this fucking dude. Have a beer. And he hands a beer to the hand that's not holding a pizza. And I look at him and I said, so I heard you have a slab for me instead of a tip? And he was like, oh, for sure, man. Come on in. And he waves me in. So with no hesitation, I walk into this house and then see 8 to 10 more people scattered from the kitchen to the living room. Now, 50% of them, I remember seeing their faces, and the other half, I legit had no clue who they even were. But one person in particular, I actually knew his name and was like kind of good friends with him. So I set the pizza down and dapped him up. I'm like, yo, what's fucking good? And then I walk over to the guy that handed me the beer, hand it back, and I'm like, yo, appreciate the offer, but I ain't dying today. I gotta drive. He's like, oh, yeah, it's all good, man. No worries. I walk into the kitchen where everybody else was, and on the counter rested a huge bong, about the size of my schlong, 20 inches. Now, these people in the room do not know me personally and do not know that I smoked a lot on my own terms. And so he picks me out a huge piece of wax and the torch and he starts heating up the rig. And the guy looked at how big the piece was and he looks at me and he's like, you sure you want this? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want that, please. So he hands me the piece that had the wax on it and I start to take my hit from this huge bong while everybody else just watches the guy that just dropped their pizza off do this. Now, halfway through taking the hit, I had to take a breather and just blow all the smoke out that I already had. And I shit you not, just half of the hit boxed up this whole kitchen. And I knew from that moment I was fucked. But I ain't no bitch. So I went straight back and I finished the rest of the hit and blew that out as well. Didn't cough any whatsoever. And now I could hear these people start to say, oh shit, he fucking took that. He took that rip. And they're in the back like, you know? Now, while I was standing there looking at how much smoke was around me, I was just thinking, damn, they must think I'm a pimp. And then the other side of me was thinking, you are so fucked. Now, let me tell you something for the people that don't know about dabs. This is one of the strongest forms of weed. So when I saw how much smoke came out, I knew I was about to be thrown to the sky and then back again. So I looked at the guy that gave me the hit, I thanked him, dapped him up, and I said, yo, do you mind if I have some water for the road? Because I'm about to be cottonmouth as a bitch. He's like, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And he turns around to go get my water, thinking I'm going to get like a water bottle or something. So I turned to the other guys, and they're like, shit, bro, you just took that hit like a pro. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, what can I say? I'm the Morgan Freeman of smokers. And I just turned back to the guy that was getting me the water, and he actually handed me a red Solo cup filled with ice and water. Kind of funny, but I said my goodbyes and went to finish the rest of my shift high as a kite. But I get to my car, then I realize, oh fuck, I have another pizza to deliver. So my high ass drives to this hotel. I have to deliver this last pizza to 2 sketchy ass people, and I'm not gonna lie, shit had me tweaked. Moral of the story, remember to always record crazy events, because if I recorded this night and the hit I took in my pizza uniform, I would probably already be famous by now. And side note, I'm probably gonna be the worst role model if I have kids. Like, hear me out. They say don't talk to strangers, but my advice would more be like, hey son, listen, don't talk to strangers unless they offer you a slap. And you go in and take that shit like a fucking champ, you dirty dog. Oh man, well, if you enjoyed this true story, go ahead and drop a like. Comment down your thoughts or any similar experience you've had. I read every single comment, and that's not a cap. And if you aren't subscribed, you already know what to do. I don't even need to say it at this point. It's been real. It's your boy, Deuces. It's the respect that I want. Hey, just call me Sloshed cause I laugh when I taunt. I'll edit my flow by just changing the font. And yeah, you done goof. Writing them back while I'm smoking them booth. Right after that, I'll just hop in the soup.